Okay, guys, Warner Brothers have now cancelled the DCEU. Now, let me break it down even further. They haven't cancelled everyone being connected. They haven't cancelled Justice League. They're not cancelling Man of Steel 2 coming out. They're not going to cancel Henry Cavill's return, all that. That's still remaining the same. But finally, they've made a decision that makes me happy. Because they never quite called it the DCEU. They never said it was named that. It's just people sort of just dawned that upon the DCEU because they were like, what can we call it? Because DC never called it anything, because they never had a clear vision of where they wanted to go. Now, DC have a clear vision, and they're calling it the DCU. So it's not that different. It's basically the exact same, and it's the same as Marvel, the MCU, and now we have the DCU. Frankly, I kind of like the DCEU better because it just was a little bit different to what Marvel's already done, but regardless, finally, they have a vision. Thank you, Warner Brothers. Thank you, everyone working at DC, at WB. Thank you, Zaslav. We're getting a vision. They've appointed James Gunn to be the head of all the films. Zaslav is the new leader of Warner Brothers. He's cancelled all the crap that they were going to put out and has a clear vision for where he wants to go with the films. And they've renamed it, and they've actually named it. Not even renamed. I shouldn't even say they cancelled the DCEU because it's not a cancel. They never called it that. They never knew what they were doing up until this point. Now, they're calling it the DCU. Is it a copy of Marvel? Absolutely. But at least they've called it something. At least there's a vision there, and they have a direction of where they want to go. And that makes me super happy because as a kid, reading the comics, DC were always my favorite comics. I just loved the heroes that much more, but the movies were never on par. The movies were always such a letdown, seemed so cheesy and corny and just cash grabs, and they never had a clear vision, which is the most important thing when telling a story, when making any sort of art, is you want to know what you're saying and why you're saying it. Marvel have known that, right? Any great film, any great franchise, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Dune, they know what they're saying and they know why they're saying it. DC never came across that way. Finally, it seems like the day is upon us where they know what they're saying, they know why they're saying it, and that makes me so bloody happy you have no idea. I mean, do I think in the next year, the movies that come out from DCU are going to be as good as the Marvel films that have come out? No. But Marvel have dropped the ball on a few occasions lately with TV series, mainly She-Hulk. And DC now seems to be moving in a better future. So maybe not in a year's time, maybe not in 2 years' time, maybe not in 3 years' time. But at least they have a path, and a path to victory, and a path to where they can rival Marvel on the superhero film stage. And personally, I will always ride with DC characters. They're my favorite. They're the better characters, in my opinion. That's, subjective. Not everyone agrees, but in my opinion, they're the better characters. They have an opportunity to have the better writers, have the better filmmakers involved in the DCU. So hopefully they go with this vision. Hopefully James Gunn helps it. Hopefully Zaslav helps it. Hopefully the fact they've seemed to got everyone from DC and Warner Brothers on board on a mission to success. And I think that's the best way possible for them to create good films. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is it good that they finally called it something? They're finally taking ownership of it and leading the charge? Or would you prefer it if it was called the DCEU? Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. All the support means the world to me, so thank you, and I'll see you guys on my next video.